Hi Ali Talent team, welcome to my channel. As you know, my name is Daisy, so I decided to share my passion through one of my passions. And I think I'm going to tell you a little story about how my passion began or where it was birthed from. I'm glad to have this opportunity to share, and I hope you take time to just listen to what led to my passion and also the things that I have been passionate about throughout this time. I don't know if any of you have gone through a stage where you were thinking, or even going through it now, where you're thinking, why am I here? Am I just supposed to go to school, get a job, pay the bills, work for about 40 years and retire and then die? Or is there more to this life? So those were the questions that I had been asking myself for many years. And I was searching for answers. I was searching for why I was here. And I wanted to know why I was here. I tried to be who I thought people wanted me to be. And honestly, I failed miserably at it. And I tried to follow career paths, which everyone said would lead to success. I worked in banks. I did modeling. I did beauty pageants. But no matter what I did, there was always something that felt missing. And deep down, I felt lost. It wasn't the kind of lost where anybody noticed. It was that kind where everyone thinks that you have it all together, but inside you're carrying doubts, disappointments, and just wondering there must be more to this. And that was what I was experiencing at that time. I went through heartbreak, I went through loss, I went through seasons of sadness, and there were moments where I felt completely unsure about why I was here and what I was, where my life was heading, until everything changed in 2018 when I met someone. And that someone completely changed my life. That someone showed me why I was created. And for the first time, my life started to make sense. I started to experience a belonging that I had never felt before. I started to feel a love that I had never experienced before, a peace that even I cannot explain. Now, I've never seen him physically with my eyes, but I've experienced him enough to know that he is real. And my life has never been the same again. I'm sure you're probably wondering who is Daisy talking about. And before I tell you about him, I just want to tell you what he did for me. So he paid a debt that he didn't owe. He took my shame. He carried my pain. And he gave his life so I could have life. And when you really think about it, who does this for someone else? No one. But that someone did it for me, and his name is Jesus. And I would share a little bit about what Jesus gave me and how that led to my passions. So because of Jesus, I found something I had been searching for my whole life. As I mentioned, I always felt lost. But this time I felt joy. I found community. I found purpose. I found identity. And I found a sense of worth for the first time in my life. My confidence is no longer based on what I can accomplish, or based on my job title, or based on what even people think about me. It's based on who God says I am. And every day he reminds me that I am loved, that I am chosen, and that I am precious to him. And he has shown me his faithfulness over and over again. Even my move to Canada is the biggest example of his faithfulness to me. And that's a story for another day. But definitely, there's no doubt that my Jesus showed me or made the way possible for me to even come to Canada. So why was I born was a question that I asked myself for many years. And Jesus has shown me the reason why I was born. Today, I know why I was created. I wasn't created to just exist. I wasn't created to just work, make money, and just get through life how I can. I was created to love people. I was created to make an impact to encourage others, and to point people towards the hope that I have found in Jesus. One day we are all going to leave this earth. And while we spend so much time planning our future here, many of us never stop to think of what comes after. And this is not to be a party pooper or to make us feel some type of way, but this is a reality that exists. And Jesus offers something greater than success, than status, or even achievements. He offers eternal life and a relationship with him, which is what he gave me. A lot of people, when they hear Jesus, they immediately think about religion. But what I have come to discover is that Jesus isn't looking for religious performance. He is looking for relationship. He already knows everything about me, about us. He knows our struggles. He knows our fears. He knows our dreams. He knows our mistakes. Yet he still wants us. And that's the kind of love that changed my life. And while I'm not here to convince anyone of my experience, I'm just sharing a path that completely transformed my life. And maybe it's a path you've never considered. Maybe it's exactly what you've been searching for. Because when you open your heart to Jesus, he does come in. He walks with you. And you never have to be alone again, which is what I experienced and I still experience. So what is God doing in me today? What are some of the things which I have become passionate about based on this journey which I've shared with you? Because of Jesus and what he has done in my life, I no longer live only for myself. One of the greatest gifts that Jesus has given me is a heart for people. And because of that, I try to live life in a loving way to people, just as he has loved me, showing that same love that he has shown to me. So I can start with one of my first passions, which is YouTube. I share the lessons that God teaches me and encourage women who may feel lost or stuck or unsure about their purpose or even why they are also here, which was where I was at. Many women may appear to have everything together on the outside, yet quietly they struggle with questions of identity, they struggle with questions of worth, and even purpose, which were things that I struggled with. And my goal is to point them back to who created them and to help them discover why they were made, just as I did. Another thing that I have been doing is I also lead a women's Bible study, which is called Bible and Convos. And honestly, this is one of my favorite things to do. We meet every Friday on Zoom to create a space for real conversations, not perfect conversations, but real ones where we can share our lives together. We talk about our faith, we talk about life, relationships, victories, disappointments, and everything in between. I have many passions that have come out of this experience of getting to know my purpose and why I was created. So another thing I'm part of is a group of people. It's called Kingdom Healing Space. So it's a group of us who come together and we are all passionate about seeing healing and freedom in people. And we know that in this life, a lot of us carry all kinds of burdens, which most of us in the group have experienced. We may have endured or experienced physical ailments. We may have emotional wounds, mental health struggles, grief, traumas, which we just need healing for. So we open up our space once a month. It's in a clinic setting where we open up the doors for anyone who desires prayer for healing and a safe space which is welcoming for people who want to experience or encounter the presence of God through his healing power. I often describe it as the Jesus Hospital because it's a place where people come together and bring their heads, their struggles, their pain, and just experience prayer, compassion. One of the most beautiful things about it is seeing people live with renewed hope, and encouragement and peace. And even sometimes we actually have people who leave with healing, total healing of their mind compared to when they came. Another of my favorite ways to serve is welcoming people. So God has given me my smile, as you can see, and a heart for people. So I use it. I love helping people and making them feel comfortable and seen and at home when they come through the doors of our church. So sometimes it may seem like the smallest act, but that act of kindness can change someone's entire day. And there are many times I have seen people come in and just a smile has changed their countenance and how they are feeling regarding a situation, or even when they came in. I'm also passionate about relationships. So for me, being a supportive friend and a good friend is important to me, and it's something I'm passionate about. So whether it's someone going through a difficult season, maybe it could be personal struggles, or they are dealing with loss, or just simply being a listening ear, I just want to be that person who encourages them, supports them, and walks alongside with them. Because for me, I believe people matter to God, and they matter to me as well because of that. Anything that matters to him matters to me. So sometimes people do not even need solutions. They just need to know that someone cares. And this is another area that I am passionate of being used for. So this is my passion. I know it may seem very intangible, a lot of the things that I'm passionate about, but I think my passion is simple. It is to love God, to love people. It's helping people discover their purpose. Also, encouraging people who may feel lost. It's creating spaces, safe spaces where people can feel seen and loved. And it's pointing people to Jesus, the one who changed my life. And there's one thing that I have learned, and that is the life that you've been searching for may just be found in the one who created you. So I would just want to say a simple prayer before I end my video. So Jesus, I thank you for loving us before we even knew it. Thank you for creating each of us with purpose and intention. And for anyone who feels tired, discouraged, disappointed, or even unsure of why they are here, I pray that you will reveal yourself to them in a personal and in a real way, just as you did for me. Show them how deeply they are loved and remind them that they are not forgotten. Guide their steps and heal their hearts, and surround them with your peace, the same peace that you surround me with. Give them hope where they've lost hope, peace where they are anxious, and direction where they felt confused. And if they are searching for more, help them to find it in you. Thank you for never giving up on us and for walking with us through every season of life. Amen. So thank you for watching my video. And if you have any questions, I'll take them after this video. Bye.